Hello and welcome, my lovely Virgos. This is your weekly Cartomancy reading for May 28th through June 2nd, 2019. It is a general reading and will not apply to all. Me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, and action. And most of last week was spent coming out of that full moon, purging, Nine of Swords energy. It hit me late, so I did spend most of Memorial Day cleaning out my closets and purging those DVDs and that extra junk I talked about, which is so appropriate to donate it all to Salvation Army, my favorite charity, over a Memorial Day weekend, a weekend of service. I was just moved to do it, and I knew the energy was in the air, and I just went with it, and it was very easy to do, and that's what I mean by using energies to your benefit. Alright, so this reading is going to focus coming out of that end of that Scorpio purging full moon energy and the Memorial Day weekend energy going into the energy of the new week, May 28th through June 2nd. June 2nd is the day before the next new moon, so we're going to want to set our intentions and our wishes. Those will be focused around parental versus passion, the balance between the two, parental energies and duties versus passions. And then it'll be bringing that energy together with some advice cards and, of course, a peek at the weekend. Took a moment, slowed down there. Memorial Day weekend for my Virgos, my maidens. Virgos, I feel like, love to be the hostess. The hostess that did the most work and sit at the end. Host or hostess, maitre d's. A very hosty, very barbecue party kind of Memorial Day energy. Let's see what we have here. Five of Hearts, nostalgia card, Two of Hearts, a fear of connection, a fear of commitment, and a Five of Swords. Wow, Virgo, I feel like you had your sharp tongue out, Virgo, this weekend. You can be critical, but you definitely miss the way things used to be. This is not how you would have had your Memorial Day weekend if you were in charge, Virgo, as you are feeling it in your emotions very heftily. You are, in your hearts. You're just, This is slight deception card, though. This is almost like a pouty king or a bratty king kind of feeling. Like, it should have been this way, but you missed out on a lot of fun because of it. If looking back, you didn't have fun. It was kind of, you thought it was boring. You thought Memorial Day was boring as whatever, and it was horrible, but you're not. The seven tells me you're being self-deceptive about it. It was a good weekend. It just wasn't the way you would have had it 10 or 15 years ago if you were hosting it at your home, the way you used to do things when you were that age or you were in charge. Virgo, you gotta let go of that energy. Come on, new moon energy coming in. New opportunities, Seven of Swords. Some hard truths are hitting you from a fire sign. Oh, this Jack of Spades and this Queen of Hearts. It's like, and this Truth card. This couple keeps showing up in all my readings in different iterations, but it's a Jack and a Queen, and they're just kind of like that annoying couple that everyone, they're either absolutely perfect or absolutely annoying, but they always, it's like they're a mirror to ourselves. This is like seeing other people's flaws, but then realizing that they're our own. That's exactly what that message is. It took me a long time to get that, by the way, several weeks to figure out what this couple was coming together in all my readings, and it's basically this fire messenger and this sweet queen, this very, very sweet queen energy. It's a Jack Queen energy, and it's like people around you that bug the crap out of you or annoy you, but it's because they're just like you or they're a reflection of you. This week, that is an encounter and a half, a lesson and a half for my Virgos. All right, Virgo. Oof, this queenly energy coming in. You're going to soften the way you speak to somebody. Three of Diamonds, this is a communication card in regarding some value. It's almost like regarding the way the family's going, the way the company's going. You feel like it's losing value. You've softened your voice to get this message across, but you're also missing some winds of change messages, the new coming in. Winds of change messages. There's, wow, you're going to receive some messages this week that are going to heat you up and fire you up and are going to break your heart at the same time because things are changing. This is you not accepting change and not liking change. When we don't change, it's when we begin to start manipulating situations into our favor and walking into dark energy. It's when we begin to do things outside of spirit because we're trying to control and configure things. Just let the change come in. If you let the change happen, better things actually come in. And this is what this is missing. This is that energy of you trying to hold on and you're realizing things and you're about to make a decision. You're about to make a decision about how to deal with all this change and how things are just not as good as you thought they should be. All right. This is you, Joker, exercising your personal power. Whatever influence you have over this, you're going to use it. And this is burdens. This is usually putting down your burdens. I feel like you're picking up a burden you should not pick up. This is like a warning. This is a completion of a burden that you should have let go a long time ago, but you're just letting it continue to fester in your life and heat up your life, and something you need to let go so that you can move on. You're fighting a battle, a continuous battle, almost in completion, that nobody else is fighting because you're not accepting this change that's happening. Yeah, you're going to have to accept that change in order to get your life together and really find your true value and these victories. You're definitely going to have to stop fighting this fight and go to the one. You're totally fighting a fight that is it's more divisive and petty than anything, Virgo. That's a rough message, but I do feel it. I have a Virgo moon, so I completely understand the need for perfection, alignment, and definitely even cards, which you have here possible. You can have these possible, but there are things that you can't control, and there are timing that you can't control, and you cannot bring the past into the future. You need to look to this new moon and start balancing your energies of parental responsibility versus passion, because this feels like your kids are pulling away from you, or your parental responsibilities or the youth of the family or the organization are going on a different track. And that's not bad. It's just different, and you need to accept that. Just because they're not going the same direction doesn't mean they're falling into hell in a handbasket kind of thing, and you're not seeing it. You're not really opening your heart to it just yet. And you're picking up your wands, you're picking up these clovers like you're going to fight this battle for this. And this is the life, craft, and action card I always talk about, but this is not how it's supposed to be used. This is you trying to force a past that can't even be resurrected anymore because so much has changed. It just can't be done. And once you can accept that, you will actually find great peace. And you will actually find that a lot of things begin to fall into place, especially the way you communicate with and see others. And you begin to see people's hearts are more open than you realize, and they're more welcoming of you than you realize, because you just aren't trying to make things a certain way. You just got to let it go. You just got to release it. Let it go, like a frigid Disney princess is my new expression. I keep telling myself, just let it go. And you'll be surprised how the changes you find that you just weren't seeing because you were just trying to control things, that things are way better than you realize. And for the weekend, I have the 3 of Air, the 5 of Diamonds, and this is like you're going to try and battle this out through the weekend with a few people. Decision cards. You do have some decisions to make. And a lot of it has to do with your communication and presentation to the world and how you love and express your love, and you feel love with others. And this Five of Diamonds is you still trying to find that superior and inferior position, still trying to battle through this. Do not battle through this, Virgo. This is a letting go. I know it's extremely hard for Virgos to let go. You're grounded to hang on and be dutiful and get things done. But the winds are changing. There's a lot of just a feeling of change coming here, and it's not a bad change. You just need to change your perspective. You just need to flip it upside down. You need to look at it differently, because there's a lot of love here. A lot of people need you. People need your voice, but you're so focused on this other thing, on this old pattern that really no longer works, that you're not even there where you would receive the most attention and the most, you'd be able to use your value the most, if that makes sense. It makes perfect sense to me with this 8 and this 6. You were so there, but you have, I mean, wands are weapons, and if you have your wands up to fight, you just don't have your wands up to fight. You have your wands up defensively, so you are pushing people away from you. And yeah, you need to just start looking at things as promising and hopeful and with gratitude, to be able to notice that you have a significant number of blessings in your life that you look at as detriments, and you really need to flip that up. And definitely, when you stand in your power, don't do it to fight. Do it to, don't be afraid to engage with people and just spend time with people, as opposed to be preparing for battle every time you see somebody. All right, Virgo, that was a tough one. It kind of flipped over a little bit. Get out of your mood, Virgo. New moon energies, June 2nd. Make some intentions and wishes. Of course, parental responsibility and duties versus passions. All right, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I will see you next week, my Virgos.